this town. My time is now.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Everybody come on in. It is time for the Own Your Now show. And guess what? It is Relationship Wednesday. It's time for us to sip it up. So grab your cup and tell a friend to come on in. I am your host, Tracie Berry-McGhee, also known as Divine T.
Absolutely. And I am your co-host, Yolonda Lankford, known as Lady Yo.
Lady Yo, that's right. Oh, Lady Yo, how are you today? You are looking beautiful.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. I am fabulous. It is Wednesday. And as you said, it's Relationship Wednesday. We always learn so much because people think about relationships it's about the love thing between a man and a woman. But we are going to be talking about people who have relationships with the community and how certain people in their lives shape them, the relationships they had, shape them to be the people they are today. I have to know what's in your cup, Tracie.
Well, you know what? I am in a space that you're absolutely right when it comes to relationships. My cup, I'm sipping on my coffee. I'm keeping it black. Y'all know I like my coffee black, like I like my men as well, or my man, because I only got one. Let's keep that clear. But you know what? My cup says do what you love, because that's what relationships are all about. Doing what you love
Absolutely.
with the people that you love. So yeah, I'm sipping on doing what I love. What's in your cup, Lady Yo?
I have my Own Your Now cup, and because I'm owning my now, and I have coffee. And let me tell you, this coffee is hot this morning. It has a little steam coming up. So I hope I'm going to be hot today, okay?
You know, my coffee is extremely hot too. I think it's because we got it last minute. We like, look, let's make it hot. Let's make today. That means today's show is going to be a hot show.
Yes.
Let's see. Gina is here with us. Good morning, Gina. What's in your cup, everybody? Bernice is here. Hi, Bernice. Hi, Niecy. We'll say hi, Niecy. Karen is with us. Joan, everybody is here. Dawn, you're right. It is hump day. We were just saying, you remember that song, Humpty Hump?
Yes.
Yes. Is that Digital Underground?
No, it is Digital Underground. Remember, the lead singer passed away, I want to say about a month and a half ago.
Yes. So, but yeah, doing the hump, but we got to get over the hump. Michael,
Yes.
Good morning. Anthony, I love it when our guys come through. Robert, Alex, yes, we got us a team. Yes, look, Shameem say it's getting hot in here. That's right. And it's going to be a hot day today. So I probably should be drinking something cool or some STL water. Gina says she's drinking water and cranberry. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Cheers, Gina. I have my water, my side chick.
Her water bag, her side chick. Turmeric coffee. Now, I wondered, how does it taste? I know turmeric is good for you, but in coffee, how does it taste, Joan? Tell us.
Well, Tracie, the other day I was drinking mushroom coffee, and the way they blend it, it just gives it gave the mushroom coffee just had a softer, robust to it. It just was a little softer than the straight in your face black coffee.
That's right. That's right. But it was strong. Was it coffee or was it tea?
It was coffee.
Oh, okay.
It was actual coffee.
I would say I love me some mushrooms, and I would say I would love to try it, but no, ma'am, I do not.
Well, we always can try it.
Yep, but I don't want to try that one. Mike said that was Shock G. That was Shock G.
Shock G. Okay.
So everybody's drinking their coffee. Today would be a good day to have a shot of hazelnut. And you know how you all wake up, when you talk about what's in your cup, every day is a great day to wake up. And I just feel like my energy is off, man. Like maybe I should have had like a shot of Patron in my cup. I don't know. But you know what? I know the sun is shining and we are here, and it's going to be a great day. So the other thing that I realized today is definitely somebody's birthday. Who are we shouting out today, Lady Yo?
Well, first and foremost, I want to say happy birthday to Mel McCrae. She just became a new mommy to Solomon. She's celebrating being a mommy and celebrating her birthday. We have Coach Shaquan, who's having a birthday today. Shauna McCain. Oh my goodness. I love me some Shauna McCain. Happy birthday, Shauna. Shauna has such a good heart and she's such a good person. Ella Holman, all the way in California. Happy birthday, Ella. Nicole Carey. Happy birthday, Ladybug. And we also have Jesse Hanow, and Juanette Jones. And Brian Graybill is having a birthday today. You know, one of our owners that was on, Amber Luttrell, her mother passed away, Phyllis Luttrell, and today is Phyllis's birthday. So happy heavenly birthday to Phyllis. We have some vibrant vibes. Now, y'all know Dr. Marty Casey.
Yeah.
Dr. Marty Casey and her husband are celebrating 11 years of marital bliss. Okay?
All right, Dr. Casey.
Hey, and
Happy
I have another
anniversary.
anniversary. I have another anniversary. This is a 25th to 5 anniversary, and it goes out to Marsha and Albert Mitchell. They are celebrating their 25th anniversary. And you know, I got my just in case they're watching.
Okay, let me lean in just in case.
Lean in. Just in case they're watching. Happy birthday, Sam Smith.
Sam Smith, Stand By Me. No,
Yes.
Yes, that's all I need. Young
Yes.
guy. Love him. Love his
He has a beautiful voice. And you know, I got one for you, baby. She is turning 73 and does not look at it, honey. As the kids say, she's holding. Happy birthday, Grace Jones.
Woo! Grace Jones. Yes, baby. That woman used to bring the fire, didn't she?
Yeah.
Man, oh man, oh man. I remember me some Grace Jones. 70. How old is she?
73.
70.
Man.
Yes.
And I don't know when that picture was taken, but I've seen a recent picture of her. She looks fabulous. And she's still fierce, girl. She still brings all that fierceness when she walks into the room.
You know, the thing about that is when you have that natural beauty, it never grows old. Anytime that you see it, you're like, yeah, now she brings the truth.
Yes.
Well, not brings the truth. She is the truth. And so I love me some Grace Jones. Where was she from?
I'm not quite sure because she did have an accent, and I don't want to claim something for her, but wherever she's from, they make some beautiful people.
They do. They absolutely do. Well, you know what? I know that there's another person whose birthday is today. Are we going to shout him out? Because Robert's already put him in the comments section.
Well, you know, we have to say it is Malcolm X's birthday today. So, you know, Malcolm was an activist. We followed his story. I know as a young child, my auntie made sure I knew about Malcolm X. So happy heavenly birthday to Malcolm X. And you know what? Thank you, Robert.
Yes. You know what? Our owners keep us right there with it. I love it every single time. We're going to make sure that we celebrate everybody. But I love watching the Malcolm X movies, but I also just love what he stood for. And so definitely happy heavenly birthday to Malcolm X. Mims, she says her birthday was Monday. Happy birthday. Shout out to you. Got to celebrate every single day. And, you know, everybody knows that the people in our community, we love to celebrate them. So
yes,
just keep shouting them out. And yeah, she did shout out Coach Shaquan. If y'all get a chance, tell her happy birthday, y'all. Tell her happy
from
birthday.
the Own You Now show. Tell her to go and watch the replay if she's not on so she can hear us shout her out. Happy birthday, Coach Shaquan.
Yes, yes. So Michael says Grace Jones is also the sister of Bishop Noel Jones. Man, I did not know that.
Wow.
Yes, you know how those PK kids are. They come, they make it happen, boy.
Don't you talk about them PK kids, girl. Don't you talk about
well,
them
up
PK
to the bunker, baby.
Yes.
Well, you know, today is also a good day for us to have an affirmation word of today. So our affirmation word for today is story. And the reason why I chose the word story is because we all have one. We all have a story, and you know what? We all can create an ending. And that's something that is important for us to realize. So you can put the word story in the chat, but you also have to realize that the only way you can get to your story is to make sure that you be your best self. So as we all get time to share with someone else, let's take some deep breaths in and out, because we have Sharon Winfield with us today. We have Terrill Smith with us today, and they're going to share a piece of their story, because you know what? It is Relationship Wednesday, as we take some deep breaths to the song Best Self by Lady Bree. You ready, Lady O?
Yes, ma'am.
Woo, that's right.
Show it off every curve, every part, yeah. Cause I'm strong and I love the skin I'm in. Every shape, every inch, no doubt there's power deep within.
Let's go, left arm.
Ain't a color, ain't a number, ain't Beauty comes in every size and every shade, yeah. I'm perfect just the way I'm made, yeah. Whoa, whoa.
I need this.
I'ma be my best self.
You better be.
I'm loving who I be. I'ma be my best self.
Stretch it out.
There's no one else like me. Self-love, self-help, self-care. Self-help, self-worth, self-aware. My best self.
You ready? Both of them.
I'ma be my best self.
Consider yourself.
My best self. Confident, no
reach out to your friends.
Look in the mirror and all I see is love.
I feel you, sister.
Yes.
Beauty in a waistline and a smile in her face. Beauty's holding my head up with grace. I thank God for the way I made it. Whoa, whoa. I'ma be my best self, my best self. I'm loving who I be.
You better be.
I'ma be my best self, my best self.
Man, I love that song. Now that's a song that cheers me up. Gotta be.
I love the beat, but if you listen to the words, those words are saying something. She said, I'm going to be my best self. I'm loving who I be. When she looks in the mirror, all she sees is love. Because, we pick ourselves apart when we're in the mirror. Like, oh, I have this. And she said, all she sees is love.
It's so interesting that you say that when you tell a story. I remember growing up and looking in the mirror, but I had to wait. And I often tell girls, and you think about it, the mirrors are up high. Later on in life, we had the long mirrors, unless you were like your grandmother's house with the long mirror. So all you knew was what people said about you, and then when you get to look up in the mirror and you really see yourself, you're like, wow, do my eyes look like my mom or my dad or the things that people said about me, and I really had issues with that. And that's why I love empowering girls.
Yes.
That Sharon's going to be on with us today to talk about that. But it's important that we do that self-talk to ourselves.
Absolutely.
And that's why the word today was story, because you can tell your story, you can rewrite your story, and you can make your story happen and have a whole nother chapter. So
yes,
we living our best lives today, aren't we, Lady O?
Absolutely. I always say it's never too late to become who you were created to be.
Amen. Amen. So who do we have today that's living their best life?
Let me tell you, this young man, Terrill Smith, has a story, and today he's living his best life. He is a testimony what relationships can help you build bridges from where you started, which may be minimum, to where you can go and for you to develop your talents. So Terrill Smith had rough beginnings, in and out of foster homes as a child. He got back on track and was going to a great school, only to be shot his sophomore year. Then things started to spiral down for him. He made a choice, though. In 2002, he started a construction career. His past caught up with him, and he almost went to prison. However, he had a relationship that saved him, and he's here today to tell his story. Good morning, Terrill.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fabulous.
You know what? It's so good to have you on. Thank you for saying yes. We have to ask you that magical question of what gets you up in the morning. What is in your cup, brother? What are you sipping on?
Right now, I'm sipping on water. I'm sipping on water because I got to get clean and better in my Mr. Fix-It Dad cup.
All right.
Yeah, I've been honeymooning a little too long, so I got a cup of sugar.
Well, you know what? Yes, he has a wonderful relationship because he just got married. Let's shout out your beautiful wife. What's her name?
Dana.
Dana.
Yeah.
We were talking about relationships and I called you and I said, I need you to tell your story. Talk to us about how you grew up in the foster care system, what that looked like for you. And as a child, what did you think? And then as you move forward in your career, talk to us about that.
What did I think? I mean, everything is pretty typical of what anyone would think. When I was younger, growing up in and out of the foster care system, that was pretty rough. You think, you feel abandoned, you feel that unwanted. You wonder why, why won't my parents come get me? All that stuff, and I was blessed enough to be reunited with my my father after a few years. But it's rough. It's rough, and you have to be strong. I had to grow up fast, which is what a lot of people in our community are forced to do in life. And some of us just are blessed enough to make
Mhm.
different choices, and you come out ahead. But it's rough. It's rough. So yeah, I thought about it a lot. I still think about it to this day. Right now, I feel it's my mission to reach people and teach people and show people that you can come from the lowest of lows and reach
Mhm.
the highest of high. And right now, I'm owning my now. That's I love the
Yes.
show. I love exactly what the meaning is, and yeah, I'm owning it. I am owning it right now. So I'm loving
Yes,
life.
you are. Yes, you are. You know, you had a particular relationship when you were at that, I guess it's that, what do they call it? The fork in the
Pivotal.
road.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
fork in the road. Talk to us
hmm
about the mentorship you had and the relationship that helped you to be who you are today.
Oh my goodness, there were so many forks. I've had so many chances. I'm on like my fifth chance right now. So one of the relationships that I had, I think that you're referring to, is a guy by the name of Lloyd Abrams that I was mentoring in a construction program, and turned out to be one of the best relationships ever. He's still a really good friend to me. He's like a big brother slash father to me, and he's the only guy in this world that I will ever let he can get on me and I listen to even to this day. Um, but it turns out that I was mentoring him, and he turned out to end up being my mentor. So that was something that, but it really just shows you how if you move forward, and if you're consistent and honest in your life, you never know what the world has for you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a really positive relationship that I have, and something that I had to be open to.
Mm.
And he gave him my first shot on building his home when I was 24 years old. So
Wow.
I quit my job at McBride and Sons. I was a framer, and all I did was frame houses and build houses. I've literally built about 100 houses from the ground up. And he gave me a shot. He came in one day and said, hey, would you like to? He invited me out to his house for dinner, and and he just sprung it on me. Hey, would you like to build my new house? And I was like, yes, of course. Yeah, he knew I wanted to start my own business and
Mhm.
quit. And the relationship that we've been building to that point was very important, because at the construction prep center, I would come in on rain days and mentor the class and mentor him, and no one knew that he was this secret millionaire. And so I would tell the whole class that I wanted to start my business. This is my goal. Not wanted to. I would tell the whole class that I am starting my business. I'm
Mm.
using the construction job as a vehicle to start a business, and this is my goal. And he listened, and it was years later, and he we learned each other's character. We became good friends.
Mhm.
And one day he asked me to build his house, and he says, well, you're gonna have to quit your job. It's like, done. So yeah, it was a fight or flight moment. Either I jump out of the nest and I fly, or I had the opportunity to go back to my day job, which I was excellent at, excellent.
Okay. Okay.
But he, it was tough. I learned a lot. It's when I first started losing my hair. Right, right. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'd do it over again, because it really made me become the person I am today.
It's interesting that you say that. When I think about the young men in our communities, and you come from a community
hmm
of struggle, and
hmm
I was reading about your story of coming home from football practice. So many people think, I want to be an athlete, and I'm sure that you were coming home from
hmm
football practice, so that was one of your goals. And then things shift, and things shift,
Yeah.
and things shift, and you
Mhm.
end up, building. But you said done. Like, okay, you mean I got to quit my job so that I could do
Yep.
this? That was a huge shift. And so many people are afraid to say goodbye to the past and open the new door to a new chapter. Talk to us about that, because I know you were building homes, you built several homes, but now you like, there's a new chapter because you see something that our community is needing. Talk to us about that.
Yes. So my new chapter now is what we're doing right now is we're investing in the community. We've started our Lawton Block affordable luxury homes. Excuse me. For years, I've done construction at a very high level, and Yolanda knows I'm very meticulous about everything that I do. And so many years, people in our community have contacted me, and they've seen my work, and they said, you know what, I would love, for you to do something for me. And the first thing out of their mouth is, but I can't afford you.
Mm-hmm.
They without even giving the chance of looking into it. I do large jobs, I do small jobs. We do it all. I help people. I've built houses in Mexico for needy families, just for free. I do a lot of pro bono stuff. But what I'm doing right now is I'm taking all of my skills and my knowledge and transferring them to an affordable model.
Yes.
So I want to give people, the everyday working person, especially right now, is the best opportunity with the interest rates to be able to afford something that they never thought that they could ever afford, ever afford. When someone buys a Lawton Block home, they walk in and they're just like, wow, I never thought I would be able to afford this. That's the greatest feeling that myself and my wife have when we put all the time in, and we study, we do our own design, we do our own construction. We pick the houses, we hand pick the houses, and it's very important to us to give something to people because we want them to take ownership into the community, and it's a way that we're going to uplift the community. And there's people in every single community. I don't care if you're in uh, North County. I don't care if you're in Olivet. I don't care if you're in North City,
Yes.
University City, wherever. There are people that are in the community that want to drive the community forward in a
Yes.
direction and make things better. And these are the communities that we're investing in. And we're saying, you know what, we're not just going to come and fix a house up, doll it up, and just put anybody in there. We're doing something different that not a lot of investors are doing. We're taking it personal. I have nothing but time to do this. I'm not greedy. I've decided where I'm going to be in my life. My goal, in my eyes, is very easy for me to get there. I'm going to be there.
Yes.
So I want to touch as many people on this journey as possible.
Amen.
And if I can develop an entire community, which is what I'm literally doing right now, it's like literally happening. I love it. I'm developing. So, I get a lot of appreciation for it, and I'm going to grow, and I'm going to teach people. I'm mentoring people. I'm mentoring other investors on how to do it, and we can make this happen. So I'm being the spark, and you're going to see a big change in a lot of areas, and I mean everywhere.
They say that this is a seller's market,
Hmm.
but you know what? Somebody's buying. And
Yep.
Yep.
that's the thing about it, that and you're creating communities, and we need that. We need the diversity. I mean, you have the opportunity. I see Mike W said loves McBride and their team, but you know what? The thing about it is he doing his own thing now.
Yes.
Hmm.
As a result of when you work for someone else, you learn some things, but the relationship
Mm-hmm.
what allows you to build to that next level, to build the blocks,
Right.
So, and that's how you get to the Lawton block. And you're doing it
Right.
every one block at a time.
Hmm.
One of the things that you say is we do it right the first time, on time, every time. And I could see what that looks like to be able to be a part of investing. I
Hmm.
love that. You got to teach some classes on it. You got
Yeah,
time. Teach
I
some
will.
classes to our community. We love that. Wow, Lady
He,
Love.
I will.
I told you, first and foremost, I want to say how proud I am of you, Terrill.
Thank you.
We've known each other for some time. And so
Hmm.
I've gotten a front row seat on your journey, and I've been able to see you mature. You came into my life in a construction way.
Hmm.
And when I first saw him, because I had dealt with a lot of people, the way he took it to heart, he just didn't want to build something because, oh, let me put it together for her. But he took it to heart. And not only did he build it, he came back and looked at it and make sure it was perfect and fine. But I just seen your journey. You are a fabulous father,
Thank you.
fantastic father. You have a beautiful wife. You all just had a beautiful wedding, and I'm just
Thank
I'm just so proud of you. And because you're also helping our community, and everyone deserves a little luxury, honey.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. That means a lot to me. That means a lot to me. You are definitely one of the brightest people as far as your energy and everything. We look up to you.
Oh,
And you're a beacon,
oh,
and
thank you.
I don't know anyone that can't look around you and be around you and not be affected by your positivity. So I
Oh,
really appreciate you saying that.
oh, thank
You
you.
know, we want to ask you your affirmation word of the day, but there's a couple of questions in the chat and we want to get to those as well.
Mhm.
Someone asked, how long does it actually take to build a house?
Well, it all depends. You can build small houses, big houses. It all depends. We used to frame houses in 2.5 weeks, and
Wow.
sometimes we've built mansions in 2.5 weeks. But that's just the beginning. You have a framing stage, you have a mechanical stage, and you have a finished stage. So the first house that I built under my business name was in Ladue. It was about 5,000 square feet
Mhm.
above ground and 2,000. So it's about 7,000 total square feet. It took a year to build this house, but it was
Yes.
about, I think it was like $1.5 million dollars into it. So we can build a small house in a matter of months. You can build a large house in a matter of years. So
Mm.
you got to get your ducks in a row. Though right now it's
Yes.
extremely difficult to find a contractor. So if you
Yeah,
find somebody good, you got to hold on to them
Yes.
and stick with them.
yeah. Love it. Love it. Well, what is your affirmation word for today?
I believe it's investment, because you got to invest in yourself. You got to invest in your community. And I know recently, when if you, and this is something that I just want to say, my life changed, and I posted this a while ago when I decided to stop living to work and started working to live.
Yes.
Every single thing changed for me in my entire life. That's why
Mm.
I know right now my goal, I will reach it, and I've set a literal date and time when I will reach this goal, and I'm going to blow past it. So I'm just going to help as many people along the way as I can. So you have to start working to live, because when you decide to work to live, when you go to your everyday job and you have a goal,
Mhm.
it changes your mindset. Now it's like I hate to be here. I don't want no. I'm here for a reason, because
Yes.
I'm working on my life. I'm working on getting to the next level in my life, and this is what I have to do it. That's fine. I have no problem. I'm going to put in 9 to 5. I'm going to work extra hours. I can do whatever I got to do, because at the end of the year, I'm going to be in Mexico on a yacht with
That's
my family watching fireworks. So you have to start working to live and using your everyday journey as that vehicle
mhm.
to enjoy your life, and it'll totally change your mindset. And I've been training people to do that, and it's really helped them out with their day-to-day jobs, careers, everything. Everybody's not going to be a business owner. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to be a different type of person. I mean, I don't have any hair for a reason, but if you like your hair, don't become a business owner. I'm trying to tell you. So it's just not for the faint of heart.
Not for the
Yeah,
faint of heart.
don't you
No,
Not
it's
for the
not.
faint of heart.
Before we go, how can people reach you?
You can reach me at, you can go to lawtonblock.com, and you can inquire and reach me at lawtonblock at yahoo.com.
Okay.
I will do my best to answer people and communicate. I'm also on Facebook. You can just go to Terrill Smith on Facebook and message me. That'll probably be the best way. I haven't updated my website in like 10 years. But just go to Facebook, message me. I reach out to everybody, and if I can do anything, give anyone advice, I'm open, because people gave me advice. I take advice all the time. Yolonda's giving me advice, and I live vicariously through people. Sometimes people give me advice without even knowing it, because I'm looking at you on Facebook, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's good. I've looked at the On Your Now and taken advice from you guys without even you knowing it, just from watching the show.
Oh, thank you.
thank you. We thank you. We thank you for investing in yourself, investing in others, and investing in our community. Keep building. We're watching you.
Thank you,
We're watching you. Take care.
thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Michael says hard work and mentoring pays off. Yes, sir. Championship DNA. It's in his DNA, lady.
It is. He's a winner.
He
He's
is
a
a
winner.
winner,
He's
definitely.
a winner. And one thing I know for sure, he's a survivor. He's an overcomer.
Look,
He's an overcomer.
do what you love.
Do
That
what you love.
you've got to. And he said, it's either fight or flight. Like he said, I'm just gonna jump off and fly. And that's what he's been doing. And I love that. I love that.
Yes.
Y'all know y'all got to keep sharing because y'all know it's a brother that needs to hear this message. There's a sister that needs to hear this message. We needed to hear the message.
Yes.
But we have another messenger in the house today. It's all about relationships on this Wednesday. So I hope you guys are sharing. Our next sister coming up, Sharon Winfield. You know, she's currently the Chief Human Resources Officer for the YWCA Metro St. Louis. Spent 30 years in corporate America at various HR levels, but she's also a wife and a mother of two, living a blessed life. Her faith has brought her a long way. To God be the glory. But she has some things that she wants to share with you all on her heart because this is about relationships, y'all. So everybody welcome in Sharon Winfield. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm doing this finger snap.
Good morning, beautiful.
Good
I love
morning.
all of it, honey. The glasses, the flower, the pins, the pearls. Oh, she's serving it this morning. What gets you started in the mornings? What do you have in your cup?
I have coffee
Okay.
in my cup, decaf coffee. I didn't do caffeine, but I do the decaf coffee.
Yes. That's all good. But look, I saw a message on the cup. You know,
Yes.
what's in the cup.
You better believe it. This is my favorite cup, and my team knows this. And it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Yes. Amen.
That is Philippians 4:13, and that is truly my what I live by, and that's what gets me up in the morning is Philippians 4:13.
Well, you know what? There's a lot to say for that because when you know that you have a foundation, as Terrill talked about, it gets you through. But you also have a message that you wanted to share. It's so important for us. He talked about mentoring earlier, but for us to encourage one another. Talk to us about why you said this is important for us to be able to encourage one another on our journeys.
For me, it's important because this life is not about us. It's about helping others. As I shared, my faith is what gets me. My faith in God, Jesus Christ, Lord, don't get me started on that because the power of prayer, he says in Jeremiah, he knows the plans that he has, and we have to know who we are and whose we are. And for that, we have to understand this life is not about us. We have to help other people. We have to share our story. We have to share our testimony, and we have to help people along the way. So I wanted to just come on and share my life, as it's called, from the projects, the DARS projects, to the C-suite, how I made the transition from being a project girl, which I'm proud because those were my very humble beginnings, taught me a lot, had a great childhood, to then making that transition to corporate America, working for very large corporations, having mentors, giving me tough conversations, tough love. Also incorporating that tough love and those tough conversations, not getting in my feelings and saying, well, I don't really care what you say, but taking what those who meant a lot to me to say, this is what you need to do in order to succeed. And taking that and implementing that, and then making that transition from corporate America now into the nonprofit, and now helping the community of why the YWCA does what it does. And Trace, I know you're very familiar with the YWCA.
Yes.
So it's not about us, it's about helping others. In particular, I want to share my story to help our young African-American young ladies.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so important for them to understand that they can do this. Don't let anybody, and I mean this, don't let anyone tell you you cannot do something. Don't ever let someone tell you you cannot be who God has called you to be or to do what it is God has called you to do. And those are the things that I live by, because I did hear that from people. And it's your choice to decide, do you listen to the naysayers or do you know who you are?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, you also talk about surround yourself with like-minded people. Talk to us about how that has helped to shape you.
Yes, and that is so important because the word says iron sharpens iron. You must surround yourself with like-minded people, naysayers and negative people will bring you down, and they will put you into a pit where it's harder to get out of. So if you are the smartest person in the room, it's time to change the room.
Oh, hold on. Say that again. I say that all the time.
And
Repeat,
hear
please.
this. If you are the smartest person in that room, now you must change, and you must change rooms.
Yes.
And you keep changing rooms, so you never stop growing. So you go to another room, you become the smartest person in that room. Guess what? You now have to change into another room. We must surround ourselves with positive people, like-minded people. I was just listening to Terrill's story, which is amazing. He has an amazing testimony, and what he will accomplish, not what he says he will accomplish it. He has a goal, and as he says, he's going to complete it. So we have to make sure we are who we work with, who we operate, who we become friends with. Choose very carefully.
Yes, when you talk about that, I like that. Look, I'm sitting up here with my journal because I constantly like to write notes. Iron sharpens iron. I always tell people positivity breeds positivity. Hurt people hurt people, and that means that negative people breed negativity. So when you think about our young girls and even our women, you're like, I'm a project girl coming out and moving up to the next level. We often have dreams that people try to defer. Talk to us about the value of pursuing your dreams and making your dreams a reality when in the midst of sometimes negative people.
Yes. You have to decide. Sometimes you have to get rid of relationships, best friends, family members that want to keep you on the same level that they're on. And sometimes you have to make a decision to say, I need to end that relationship. It doesn't mean that you don't love them and you're not still, that you don't care for them. And hopefully you can talk with them that they now become to think more like on the positive side. But sometimes it's tough conversations and tough relationships where you have to say, you know what, we need to end this relationship, because you have to understand. I wrote down something. Where you start does not determine where you end.
Right.
All right.
Where you start does not determine where you end. We have to understand. You have to believe in yourself.
That's right.
You have to believe in yourself, because there are a lot of people who will tell you you can't do it. So know who you are, know your worth, and be willing to make those sacrifices.
Yes.
Which means you may have to end some long-standing relationships.
But you end some relationships, but I know you have a relationship with your faith.
Oh,
how has that been your foundation?
We had someone talk about PK kids. My grandma was a pastor. So we were in the church every Sunday in a little city called Clarksville, Missouri. So most people don't know where Clarksville, Missouri is, but that's where my grandma's church was. And I know my grandma was a praying woman over her 8 grandkids.
Yes. I love it.
But through that, my faith gets me through everything. Every single thing. I do not, to God be the glory. We can't do this life without him. And I'll speak personally for me. I can't, and I won't attempt to. Amen. So for me, my faith is above every single thing. It's above my family. It's above my husband. It's above my career. I have a church family of the Spirit Church who I absolutely love. Pastor Nias is, I call him my pastor. He's given me words of wisdom. He's given me some tough conversations. He's where I was in my feelings a couple of times where I was like, really, Pastor? Okay.
Right.
But my faith is keeping me.
I love it. Look, we got Winfields in the house. Tony was saying, speak, love, speak.
That's my hobby.
Yes, I love it when you're surrounded around family and friends. When we talk about relationships, I tell you one thing: if there's nothing like a praying family and a community. Just last week we were 2 weeks ago we were at the Wonder Woman event with Pastor Tracie Williams, and I tell you something about being at the Spirit Church. You got to have a fellowship. You have to have a team of people to cover you. Everybody's saying amen because you're speaking the language of what it takes to do the work. And so we just thank you for saying, look, I need to come on and talk and encourage some women and some sisters and brothers today, as well as our youth. So you are definitely modeling to us what this looks like for our daughters, for our sons, for our community. And of course, you know how we feel about the YWCA.
Yes.
You know, that's it right there. Tell us your affirmation word for today.
My affirmation word for today is believe.
Yes.
Believe in who you are, believe in yourself, and believe that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you.
Yes. Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you. I told you, boy, she has that inner fire. And I just thank you so much for coming on the Own Your Now show. You are owning your now, ma'am.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
To hear more of it. We really do. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'm like, yes. Like, and more of this from Terrill to Sharon. Like, don't tell us what we can't do as a people together. And, you know, we don't always just like, we don't get, you know, people think that you get to another level and you just leave people alone. No, we grabbing everybody to come along with us.
Yes.
Like, let me show you what this looks like.
And you know what? The Own Your Now show gives us that platform to show what people are doing positively in the community, positively in their lives, in family members' lives. It is just amazing the talent that we have in St. Louis. I know sometimes when you read things about St. Louis, let me tell you something. There are some fabulous business people out there. There's some fabulous faith-based people out there. There's some fabulous individuals just walking in your midst.
Don't play. Don't
play. Okay.
Everybody, please drop your affirmation words below. Today was simply amazing. Everything that Terrill talked about, like, we don't have to end where we begin. You have to be able to realize you can write your chapter. The fact that, you know, Sharon talked about, it's not just about, you know, walking the walk and just doing, you know, little tedious things. It's also about the people you surround yourself with, your faith family, you know, making sure that you have a solid ground as a whole, because people are watching everything that you do. Lady O, people dropping their affirmation words, but you know, oh wow, I'm just overwhelmed. I feel good, y'all. Y'all know earlier today I was like, my energy. Right now, I'm good. I'm all good. I'm calling my family. I'm ready to go. Look, you know, anytime somebody come from the Spirit Church, I'm like, you know, she about to bring it, because it's something about the energy of when you have true fellowship.
Absolutely.
And I know this is Relationship Wednesday, and I'm not even on, you know, I hate to be like on the soapbox about, well, let me tell y'all, you know how people like to, I remember growing up, because she said she was a PK kid, and this might be a little off subject, but I remember when I grew up, we had to learn the address to our church, you know, because everybody like, what church you belong to? And you know how you have to stand up and say,
yes, first giving honor to God.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm from, you know, at Missionary Baptist Church on such Martin Luther King Road. But when you go into churches and you feel like family, you feel the Spirit. Yes. That's what that is. And that's how I feel. And for a long time lately, you know, I've been doing online, but I went back to the Wonder Woman ministry a couple of weeks ago with Tracie Williams, Pastor Tracie Williams.
Pastor.
It ain't no joke. Fellowshipping is everything. Not only that, Lady O, we talked about the hump. We was line dancing. We was doing
I saw that. You know, and that's the other thing. You can be a Christian and have fun.
You can
have faith. And you know, whatever your faith is, you can have faith in something and still have fun. And that's to go out to the young people, because they're like, well, I ain't ready for all that. But you can still have fun.
You better. Tell us your affirmation word for today, Lady O.
My affirmation word for today is encourage. You know, you chose the word story. Encouragement helps people turn the pages in their story. And sometimes, though a page may seem very thin and light, sometimes that page is heavy.
Yes, it is.
And you need encouragement to change the page, change to a new chapter. So you even have to encourage yourself. So
Yeah.
my word today is encourage.
You know, you're so right. We do have to encourage ourselves, and we have to remember that everybody has a story.
Yes.
The key to that is it's your story. And when it's your story, you have to invest in yourself. That's what that investment looks like. This is how we need to realize the value of believing in yourself. Because when you believe in yourself and your community, then you can be uplifted. But in the midst of all the things that are negative, you got to understand what it looks like to stand on it and realize that when you stand on it, there's this fulfillment from the inside that allows you to know that you too can be restored. There is power in faith and being faithful. There's also power in expecting the things that God has for you. When you can come in agreement and say, you know what? I know that I'm going to persevere and I'm going to move forward because I have faith and I am fearless. And when I'm fearless, I build this strength inside of me to know what evolution looks like, because we're going to keep moving up and moving up and moving up. But it also feels good when you know that you have the mother's love of knowing that someone is praying for you, someone is investing in you, and there is clear understanding of what it looks like for us to move forward. So if you say, you know what, I'm ready to create that new chapter in my life, I'm going to grind it out. I'm going to listen to my heart and my spirit, and I'm going to figure out what it is that we need to do next. I know for sure that we're going to stand on it, because that's what it looks like when you are encouraged. And today we have truly been encouraged. So I hope that you all understand what it feels like to feel the spirit. So if in fact you guys decide, you know what, I think I want to go outside, you all know what we always say. Please, please, please wear your mask. Wear your mask. But if you should decide to stay inside, it's okay. Just keep sipping and shelter in place. And we will see you all same time and same space on the Own Your Now show. Goodbye, everybody.